Hello everybody, so welcome to this last module and we're going to be treating the Titanic dataset. Alright, so Windows key plus arrow CMD enter. Let's go to our data science folder. Then run your Jupyter notebook. Okay, so now you are here. Just go to your data set and you see some things we had before. We are going to be downloading our Titanic dataset, and we are also going to be creating a new Jupyter notebook for Titanic, so we can predict survival rates and all for that. So I'm going to get my data set now, and it's something I have already, so I'm going to just send the data set to you. I'm going to send them to you. So my Titanic data set is here already. Alright, so is data test CSV train CSV gender submission. Alright, don't worry, at this point you can just pause the video and you can get the data set for train test and gender submission, and either from cargo.com or you can just get it from your mail. All those who registered, I send them to you already. So let's go ahead. This is for test, train, then this is our submission. Alright, this is the this is a submission, this is a result after training and testing. So this is like a standard for us. So we are going to train our model and we are going to compare with this. It's from here that it's comparing with this we are going to know how accurate our model was. Alright, so let's go over and open and create new. So at this point, import your libraries. Okay, import numpy as numpy, import pandas as pd, import maths plotlive dot pyplot as plt, then import scikit-learn, then Alright, then put your matplotlib inline the code. Shift enter to be sure everything was successfully imported. So we're waiting for this. Okay, so successfully imported. Then the next thing is to read our CSV files. We're going to read our training data set and our test data set. As you can see, they were already separated for us. We already have our train, we already have our test. But normally when you are given data set like that, you are going to be the one to split them into train and test. Alright, so let's just go over and read them. So PD, say train, PD dot read CSV, and say data /train dot CSV. Alright, you are just following the path. You are just saying from data folder so you save this, then you run train.head. Okay, so look at this. You have passenger ID 1, 2, 3. These are the passengers IDs. These are the survival rate. Okay, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, and all P class, name, sex, age, SIB, SB, PR, ticket, fare, cabin, embarked. Then you are seeing S, C, S, 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 and 1, 1. Okay, and you know when you are going to be training your data. Okay, the first thing you need to know now. So this is just a glance of your old data, right? And this is very clear. Passenger ID survived 0, 1, 0 and 1, 1, 0. Now first of all, you don't know if 0 here represents true and 1 represents false. You don't know if 0 represents survived and 1 represents and 1 is the opposite. Okay, but normally you may think 0 or 1 is for survived, right? So actually that's how it is. 1 represents those who survived, meaning passenger 2 survived. Okay, but to actually get this info, because you can't assume right into the data, so that's why you need to go in depth into the data and try to get all the information you need. Train.info, train.count, train.colon, and everything, and the explanations for this too. What is P class? Because this when analyzing data sets, as much as possible, you have to understand every single thing. You need to put your you need to understand what you are doing. You need to really think. There's no definite way in analyzing data, so you need to be down to earth with what you are doing. What does P class mean? Alright, so now you have to find out what does okay, you know the name. Sex, of course you know that. Age, okay, yeah, float. Okay, SIB, SP, what does this represent? So you have to find out. And P arc, what does it mean? Okay, ticket, you know this. So you have to find out and not assume. Then secondly, look at your data. You are having S, C, S, S, S. What does this mean? Okay, and remember, when training our data set, you have to consider these things like this. These are integer values, these are floats, but these are not integer values. All right, these are not numerical values. Okay, and so you have to encode and feature engineer this data, okay, such that S could represent a 1, for instance, and C could represent a 0. But the way they are now, they are just string and object types. Okay, so you have to do all these things, and there are some we might be dropping, there are some we might not be dropping. We might be dropping names, we might be needing them, and all of that. Tickets, we might be dropping them, we might be needing them. Okay, so things like that. So let's move on. Train. Okay, so info, let's get the information. So we are seeing the columns here, right? Passenger ID, survived, P class, integer mean numerical values, floats, integer numerical values. These are object types, object type, and so on. So we are going to how to encode our data. Remember when we did that in pandas, converting from one format to another. Alright, so 66.2 KB. So it's very important to know all these things, so you can know which one you can and which one you should convert from one format to another. Like things like cabin and embark, you have to convert them to numerical. You have to encode them and then make them have a numerical format. Okay, so after train info, train describe. So train describe is going to list out all these things for you: standard deviation, how spaced your data is, P class, and all of this. You have the count, the total number of entries here. Okay, meaning you have 891 passengers here now. Then the mean is 446, of course, and that's the passengers, right? The mean, that's it. Then you have the minimum value, survive, P class, and all of that. We are going to be explaining all these things as we move on. Okay, so more information, train counts. Okay, so 891, cabin is 204. Okay, cabin is 204, meaning cabin, and age is 414. So are we having duplicate data here or what? Let's get our train tail, because these ones are going, okay, 714. all right. 204 seem to go beyond everything, so let's check the last 10. That is train.tail. Okay, alright, so we've checked that. So let's go on. So we can go on and on, look at our data. Now let's import our test. Let's read in our test data. So test equal to pd.read CSV. Alright, CSV. And for CSV, you have data. From data, get your test CSV. Okay. Then you can call it now. Tests. So it's not meant to be a dot. Shift enter, and this is your test data. Okay, let's check how many entries here. Test dot count or test dot describe. Okay, we have 418, and so on, 418 marks. Okay, in the other one we had 891, this 418. Okay, 418 entries for our test. So it means a particular percentage was used in dividing it. Okay, so that is that for our test. Then test also dot. Okay, we're already have for count. Then let us look at what we've not checked before. Test info. What do we have now? Okay, int, then name and sex, their object values, all of these objects, ticket, object, fare, is floats. Alright, so these are the things we have now. So let's import our submission. pd dot read CSV data slash gender submission dot CSV. So you have submission like this. Let's just list the first 5. So survived, 0, all of that. So we're saying the passenger 8. So this was used on the training data. Okay, you can see it starts from 892, 893, the test for the test data, right? And you can see for the test data, let us look at our test data. It starts from 892. So meaning after 891, we split our data and then continue from 892 for test, and that's for train. Okay. So when it was the model was when we passed the test data, that for these people, the prediction showed that passenger 892 did not survive, 893 survived, 894 did not survive, and so on. So let's check more. Submission.describe. And we have 418 passengers here for the submission. Alright, so the algorithm was applied to all the passengers to get their survival chances. and it was the same for both of them. The mean survival rate was 0.36, that's 36%. Mean survival rate at 6%. Then the mean passengers, standard deviation, alright, and all of that. So okay, so we're going to continue the next video. So just take note that we imported our libraries, read in our different our data sets, looked at, analyzed if and checked some information about them. So in our next module we are going to be doing more in finding out about the columns and more about the data set, and we're going to proceed, and there's going to be another module, and that will be the last one, where we are going to actually do our prediction. Alright everyone.